So we got an old growth fir here in front of us. And we're lucky enough to get a limb. It's about the size of a small tree fall off it. And the cool thing about that is I guess they had an arborist come in and kind of have a look. So I guess, I forget how many rings are on it. I'm not going to bother counting it right now. But they're thinking that this tree is probably about 700 years old. Now, have a look at this tree. There's another old growth here that got pushed over by the wind. And as you all know, I'm in the firewood business. And, you know, I could probably fill my 1-ton truck with like 6 of these. Like if I was to cut these at 16 inches long and just magically be able to place them into my truck, I think I might only be able to fit about 6 of them. So I think we got about, oh geez, I don't know, what do you think? 6, 7 cords right there. Now, you see, I know what you're all thinking. It's an old growth, it needs to be milled, but you can't because it's rotten. Well, it's not rotten, but it's punky enough for the fact that it's no good for the mill. Now, I don't have a measuring tape on me, but this is the biggest tree that I've ever been in front of, ever touched, and ever stood on, and hopefully ever cut up, because the homeowner here she would rather leave it rot. Well, she said, well, we're just going to leave it rot. And I thought, well, that's a terrible waste. And I know it's an epic, mystical tree that's probably thousands of years old and it deserves to just lay to rest. I mean, yeah, sure. But from my perspective, I got about 13 senior citizens that are all waiting for fir. I got a 91-year-old lady on the south side of town. She just called me last week asking about the last 2 cords of fir that she'd like. And I told her she's got to wait. So, I mean, that's where I'm coming from. Plus, I just love cutting wood, too. This just gives me a reason to go buy a ported 592 XP with a 4-foot bar. It truly does. But yeah, you know, this is just epic. This is the type of shit that I live for right now. For me, this is right. I could spend all day in here and not even blink, man. And we could easily get this wood out of here because I got all sorts of winches and cool ideas. But yeah, this is for me, it's pretty cool. My heart rate's elevated just looking at this tree. It's really cool. I've never seen a tree like this big down ever. So this is kind of a new experience. But we're welcome to all the limbs. I mean, look at it. This is perfect firewood. You know, it's a little kind of, but it's like, it's so dry and so good. Like it would be beauty. So let's just hope that she decides to let me cut it up and heat Powell River.